By process of elimination, our final inductees are the original cast members. Yes, the time is here, you guys. Oh my God, they're right there. Of the most Emmy-nominated show in the history of television. By the way, I told you I loved this as a kid. I was always mad that you were Chevy Chase and I wasn't. I was always mad about that. But I was so happy that you were. In 42 years, this show has received 231 nominations and 64 Emmys. And to induct them, a 6-time Emmy winner who, 42 years ago next week, hosted the 6th episode of SNL. So please welcome a TV legend, Lily Tomlin.
Thank you all, thank you. By the late fall of 1975, Gerald Ford has survived 2 assassination attempts. Jaws had become the biggest box office hit of all time, and Generalissimo Francisco Franco was still dead. But one weekend in October, a television show premiered that would immortalize those events and others by mining them for comedy gold. NBC's Saturday Night arrived with the chance to hang out with the smartest and coolest kids in Manhattan for anyone with a television set. It quickly became more than just a TV show. It was a happening, a pop culture phenomenon that separated the hipsters from the squares. Although producer Lorne Michaels didn't invent sketch comedy, he gave it a relevance, appealing to younger viewers by combining subversive, high-concept bits with exciting musical guests. The result was an all-new late-night viewing destination. But what made the show more than the sum of its considerable parts was the electric chemistry of the original cast. All gifted in the art of improv, they reached the show from different journeys, but together they made history as the not-ready-for-prime-time players. Fresh from a touring production of The Last of the Red Hot Lovers, starring George Gobel, came Jane Curtin. Lorraine Newman studied mime with Marcel Marceau and was a founding member of the Groundlings. Garrett Morris was a singer, playwright, and Broadway performer. A veteran of the off-Broadway show National Lampoon, Lemmings, Chevy Chase appeared on stage and on the radio with John Belushi and Gilda Radner before both of them went on to meet Dan Aykroyd at Second City. These original 7 performers created a legacy that cemented Saturday Night as an institution. It is my honor to induct the original cast of Saturday Night Live into the Television Academy Hall of Fame. The late John Belushi and Gilda Radner, and accepting Dan Aykroyd, Jane Curtin, Lorraine Newman, Garrett Morris, and Chevy Chase.
Thank you. A long, long, long time ago, Gilda Radner and I were standing on a traffic island in Times Square. We were filming an opening montage for SNL. We were going through the montage moves to the camera when Gilda turned me around to see our giant faces on the giant screen overlooking Times Square. We were shocked, we were scared, and we were thrilled. Gilda said, "It can't get any better than this." Well, I'm really sorry you're not here to see that it does get better. In fact, it gets pretty awesome, Gilda. We were fortunate to live in interesting times like this. We had Nixon, Watergate, drugs, the Equal Rights Amendment, Jimmy Carter, drugs, Gerald Ford, drugs, the Iranian Revolution, all that was going on, and we got to drugs. Sorry, I forgot that one. It was the drugs. We got to sound off on all of that with the assistance from remarkable people like my dear friend Buck Henry, the amazing Steve Martin, the glorious Lily Tomlin, who was so kind to me years ago, and the always brilliant Bill Murray. Lorne did well. Thank you for including us in this very special event. It truly is an honor. Thank you.
Thank you so much for honoring our cast in this way. Most of us came from sketch comedy, Second City, The Proposition, The Lampoon Show, The Groundlings, and then there was Garrett, who was a real actor. But we all came from improv background, where we did a sketch, we ran off stage, changed, came in the dark, lights up, do the thing. And it was as if we were bred for it. And over the years, there have been terrific casts and superb writers. And for each generation, the cast that was on during their adolescence was the best cast. And I couldn't agree more. But I think one thing all of the performers over the years can agree on: sketch comedy is so much fun to do. So fun. And it's gratifying to be appreciated in this way, but I gotta tell you, performing alongside Gilda Radner, John Belushi, Jane Curtin, Garrett Morris, Dan Aykroyd, Chevy Chase, and Bill Murray, it never felt like work. Thank you.
Oh, wow. First of all, let me say, I don't have the words to express my appreciation for this moment. You were talking about the improvisational skills of the people I worked with. It was fantastic. They trained at SNL where the range was from 1 to 100 for the comedy. I trained improvisation at a place in the hood. My range went from hate Whitey to kill Whitey. And the picture you see of us, right? The picture you see of us, I'm about 40 years old. The rest of those young people had just gotten out of high school and out of college, and I was about 10 years away from AARP. I am now 80 years old. I'm now at the age where drug abuse simply means me taking 4 stool softeners. I'm now at the age where if a young lady says to me, "Garrett, let's run upstairs and make mad, passionate love," I say, "Honey, I can't do both." But I'm also at the age where, as of 80, I am an official curmudgeon. And that means at 80, I can express my mind. Can I do it? Yes. Let me tell you, I want to tell you something, because my great-great-grandmother was brought over here on a slave ship and was raped by her slave master. And my grandfather was lynched by a mob for not tipping his hat to a white lady. Now, they are dead, and you can't do a whole lot to erase their suffering. However, if you are feeling guilty, I am willing to accept money. As a victim representative of 400 years of repression. Please, hold on, please send your checks or money orders to White Guilt Relief Fund. And the address is Miami, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And if you send before July the 4th, I will give you a certificate certifying you as an honorary Negro. I just want to end by saying, one of the most monumental events in my career was Saturday Night Live, which pushed me with Jane Curtin, Lorraine Newman, Chevy Chase, and all of the greats of Danny Aykroyd, and of course, John Belushi, and the extraordinary woman, Miss Gilda Radner. Thank you very much.
Who is it? Mrs. Collins. Who? Dr. Coles. Stupid shark and stupid person in the chair opening the door. Most fun I ever had writing and being. But that huge thing. It's been stolen, what, twice or 2 or 3 times, somehow out of the attic in my house. Stole nothing else. It just got into the attic when we were gone, and it was gone. I don't know who to thank. It's difficult because John is gone and Gilda's gone, and they were the embodiment of the talent in that cast and the danger. I remember a sketch where John was a director, directing a picture or something, and I was in it, and Gilda was in it, in the picture. And he would go, cut! And he'd come up, and he'd say, Chavi, okay. Then he'd go to Gilda, he'd say, bam! He'd slap her in the face, and she'd go all the way into the wall. And he just kept doing that, and Gilda kept bouncing back. And, okay, Mr. Director, you know, bam! My God, that stuff is funny. It's, oh, I can't tell you, to be up there on that stage doing that stuff, God, it was fun. I tell you, I'd do it again in a minute, but I was only on the cast for about a minute, so made a big mistake leaving. Thank you very much. Mostly thanks to Danny and John and Gilda and Lorraine and Jane and what's his name? Garrett. Ready, Garrett? Our top story tonight.
Our top story tonight.
Thank you so much.
Obviously, I speak for all of us when I say thank you to the Academy. Here we stand in a line of legacy with Lucille Ball and Jack Webb. Just the facts. I don't remember being on SNL, but I know I was there, and I just want to recognize that we do have a cast member here who should have been with us that first year, was a little bit busy doing other things. Bill Murray, please stand up. Yeah. Right here. And certainly he deserves a chunk of this tonight. I'm just going to say, you know, that I am so grateful for having been part of this community. A community that has the full breadth of tolerance, understanding, and wisdom and compassion. And I just like being a part of all of you and you being a part of me. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
The original cast of Saturday Night Live and Bill Murray, everybody. And Bill Murray. Did you forget something? Would you like to say something? Yeah, Bill Murray. Let's have Bill Murray come up and say something. Of course. Would you like to say something?
Well, so I'd like to thank Lorraine for inviting me. I didn't know what she was talking about because I wasn't invited. But it's actually okay. I'm fine. It was really a delight to sit there and to watch them because the truth is that they are history. And I was just lucky enough. I was the new guy, and I'm okay with being the new guy. I always was okay with that. And except for about 5 minutes ago, I really was bitter. But I just want to say if we're not on TV, so I can say anything, right? I just want to say that I worked with all those people up there, and I was the new guy, and they really took care of me. They made it possible for me to grow, and they brought me along like a young duck. And I was lucky enough to be with them. I've always been lucky in my life that I've sort of followed icebreakers. I've been behind people that were really the cutting edge, and I've just sort of, you know, nobody's looking behind them. I'm just there, you know. So I was with all of them, and they dragged me forward, and I've been very lucky to know them. And I didn't come here to get an award anywhere. I came here to see my friends. I love them very much. Thank you.
Wow. Thank you. Such a special night, wasn't it? Yes. Congratulations once again to the 24th Hall of Fame inductees. Let's give them all, everybody, all of them, one more round of applause, you guys. All of the inductees tonight. Such a special night, including Bill Murray. And on behalf of the Television Academy, thank you so much for coming. And we'd like to invite everyone to join us in the plaza right now for the post-show reception. Good night, everybody. Thank you.